for the economic,
Oh, hold on.
oh, there, oh, okay, now we're on live, okay. We will call the meeting of the Economic Development Authority for Tuesday, May 11th to order. We have a quorum, so we'll waive the roll call. We will initiate, though, the public meeting notice. We have a commissioner who is attending by Zoom. So I will offer him. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? We'll call roll for the vote.
Commissioner Betker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz,
Yes.
President Brom.
Yes, so we will conduct the meeting by teleconference. Second item on the agenda is the approval of minutes for the April 13th, 2021 meeting.
I'll move the minutes.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call a roll for vote.
Commissioner Betker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz.
Yes.
President Brom.
Yes. Item 4.1 is the administrative activities for April 2021.
All right, good morning, Commissioners and President Brom. Couple items to highlight. You'll notice we did our annual waiting list update for the Section 8 and public housing programs. Note on the EDA fund, our cash assets were depleted due to various loans that were paid out in the month of April. So we do have a fund transfer request for discussion later in the agenda. And then note under the new Get It Ready single-family rehab loan program, 2 applications were received and approved during the month of April. Just over $54,000 has been paid out.
What was the original allocation on that? I apologize.
120,000,
Okay, so-
$40,000 maximum per
So
loan.
that's about half of it's used approximately already then? Is that
Almost.
about getting there? Okay, great, thank you.
So, and I think we're expecting another application.
Yes.
Someone's been in touch, but we haven't received the application yet. And then the only other item to note is Garden Terrace is currently in the process of their annual waiting list update.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, Heather, can we have the roll call vote?
Commissioner Betker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix, Commissioner Fix, Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz,
Yes.
President Brom.
Yes.
I'm back.
Commissioner Fix,
Or unmuted. Yes.
Okay. Oh, we thought we lost you there for a minute, Sue.
Oh, just the mute button.
Okay. Next item, 5.1, is Broadway Haus Plumbing Improvement Project.
All right, this isn't something I originally had on my plan for a capital improvement project, but we have had several repairs recently with our plumbing. And in order to make the repair, we've had to shut off water to the entire building because the building was built in the early 80s and codes were different then. It wasn't required to have shut-off valves in each apartment, and as well as some of the other, like the laundry room and that sort of thing, public restrooms. And so as the plumbing is starting to age and repairs are needed, we're having to shut water off to the whole building. We would like to propose having these water shut-off valves installed so that we're able to isolate the area to where we're making a repair and not have to inconvenience all of our tenants. We had the building official review the project, and he does recommend the improvement because new construction now would require these shut-off valves. We estimate the project to cost about $20,000, and we have capital fund grant funds available to pay for the project. So we are bringing it to you for consideration.
The only comment I had, Mr. Chair, when I looked at this was, if I was a plumber, this would be a great winter project versus right now with building construction being so busy. Would we get a better bid if we waited until late fall or winter? Just a thought.
Well, I suppose that would be determined by when we place the bids as far as the timing.
Yeah, I actually, in the specs for this project, I asked that the project be completed by, I think, October 31st, so they could do it in the fall if they wanted. But we did work with GOG Sheet Metal, or GOG Plumbing, on getting the estimate for this project, and they're very interested in bidding. So I didn't get the feeling that they were too busy to bid on it.
Well, and I'm assuming they go into each individual unit and retrofit it with the shut-off thing, and that could occur over a span of time as well.
Right, it
I mean, even
wouldn't-
if we made it to the end of the year, I don't know if that'd have an impact, because they could send a crew out there on a otherwise slow business date and knock off a unit here and there as needed, and then we just be flexible with our timetable. This is something, I think, what Les is saying is that it's not a urgent matter, but makes perfect sense to do this. And I think in the long run, it's going to provide much better for the tenants to not have the inconvenience of having the water shut off.
Yeah, so once a bid is awarded, we would work with that contractor on a schedule and, be able to notify our tenants ahead of time. And
Sure.
I'll make a motion to approve the Broadway House Plumbing Improvement Project and authorize staff to solicit bids.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Any additional discussion on the matter? Hearing none. Heather, can we have the roll call vote?
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz,
Yes.
President Brom.
Yes. That motion is carried. Next item, 5.2, Broadway House Furniture Replacement Project.
All right, so this project was approved at the April 13th regular meeting. We did solicit bids from 3 local vendors, and you can see the bids received listed there. Kempsky came in at $14,740, New Ulm Furniture at $13,360, and Rooms and Rest was the low bidder at $13,160. If you recall, the project includes replacing 40 chairs, including removal and disposal of the old chairs. The estimated cost for this project was $15,000, so we came in a little under the estimated cost for the project.
Very competitive bids, but I'll go ahead and award the bid to the Broadway House Furniture Replacement Project to Rooms to Rest in the amount of $13,160.
I'll second the motion.
First and second, is there any additional discussion on the matter? Hearing none, we'll call for the roll call vote again. Heather?
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix. Commissioner Fix,
Yes. Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz,
Yes.
President Brom.
Yes. Motion is carried. Item 5.3, EDA claims list for the month.
Anything out of the ordinary?
The only item I'll mention is we did have to replace a water softener in one of our rental houses. It just was shot and couldn't be repaired, so we replaced it.
I'll move the claims.
I'll second the motion.
First and second, any additional discussion? Hearing none, let's call the roll call vote. Heather?
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz,
Yes.
President Brom.
Yes. Motion's carried. Next item is 6.1, multifamily rental rehabilitation loan program.
Commissioner President, Commissioners. Before you have a new multifamily rental rehab program. This program will assist property owners for eligible improvements that improve basic livability, energy efficiency of the property, bringing the property into compliance with a variety of building codes and health and safety deficiencies. Most of those projects should include, but not limited to, plumbing, roofing, electrical, heating, structural, bedroom, and bathroom additions. The minimum loan amount will be $10,000. The maximum loan amount is going to be $50,000. This will be a 10-year term at 2% interest. Applicant will be responsible for the credit report fee and the title search fee of $45. Applicant must have at least one written bid from a contractor. The property has to be within the city limits of New Ulm. Applicant must be current on mortgage, contract for deed, property tax, lien, and other assessments. Owner paid utility payments and proof of current homeowner insurance. So the intent of this program is to preserve existing rental units and to add additional rental units. So rental units that have gone offline because they're in disrepair, this should help put those units back online. We are starting, this will be kind of the pilot program, so we are starting with a 50,000 maximum to see where those bids fall, what they can do on the property, and after we have the program up for a year, we can evaluate the feedback for the value and potentially increase that moving forward. But right now, we'll start at the 50,000, max of 50,000. So we're asking for 150 for the program, so we potentially could do 3 projects this year.
So Chris, would this be then any property that would be 2 units or greater at
Yeah.
a single location?
Yes.
Okay. And do we place a lien on the property as a condition of doing these loans?
Yes, we will be
Okay,
basing,
okay.
placing a lien.
Very similar to the single family, it's just that it goes into the multi-unit. Okay,
Yes.
Okay,
Am I correct? It was 110% we would go up to for value, loan amount to the value? Did I read that in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So if it's 100, how do we determine the value?
That'll be what the county assesses it at.
Okay. So we wouldn't need to obtain a different appraisal or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
How will we advertise that this program is available in our community?
So this will be on our website. We'll put it out through Facebook. And then I do my monthly radio spot, so I'll get that out there as well. And then to the realtors who potentially know landlords. And we also have a landlord database of rental units, so we can get that out, a mailer out to them as well.
Through our rental inspection program, do we know of that list who has multifamily homes?
We should, yes.
We should. So we can notify them through that way as well?
Yep.
Okay, is that our intent? Mm-hmm. Okay. I like it. I think the more and more we can keep doing this kind of thing, increasing our availability for homes in our community is supported. So I will go ahead and approve the multifamily rental rehab loan program, the amount of $150,000.
I'll second the motion.
We have a first and second. I have one more quick question for you, Chris. This is something, too, we could encourage a property owner, if they're working in conjunction with a local lender, we could kind of piggyback on, if they're doing a rehab loan, we could add and participate in the project as well. We don't have to do this standalone.
No.
Okay, yeah, I think that's something we'd want to emphasize, too.
Yeah, we waive the 50%, like the commercial rehab loan where it's 50%. We can only go do 50%. We're just capping it out at 50,000, knowing that most of the repairs, if they wanted to repair the roof of their building, especially if it's a building downtown, that's probably $100,000 project.
Sure.
So we would be essentially covering half, or they could just work, get a loan for the roof and then use our loan to fix the inside of the
Units
apartments,
inside.
the
Sure.
units. So
Perfect.
in conjunction.
Well, and I think that's a great way to get our dollars spent spread out further, is to leverage it. That's what I was thinking. So hopefully, I think this is going to be pretty popular. So
I read the attachment, the final draft, and that mentions the word new or existing rental units.
Yeah, so if you look at, we'll use downtown as an example, there's a lot of units that are really bad, and so they would technically be new units as they aren't currently being rented. They're coming back on the market, but you're rehabbing an old building.
So it really would be ones that for today wouldn't be licensed, but we could help them to get them where they're rentable and licensable, or if that's the right word, but, able to get them back into
The
as an
market.
active rental property. Sure.
I'd love if the target was to be a lot of our rentals above the businesses downtown, because that's where some of our past surveys say the younger folks want to live, is downtown above the apartments, or above the businesses downtown, so. And I know there's a lot of former rental apartments above some of these buildings that are just in bad shape, so if we could target some of those folks, that'd be awesome as well. Thank you.
Yeah, that was the initial thought of the program, was to
Yeah.
help the downtown
Okay.
businesses, do the upstairs, but just doing it citywide because there is a need across the city to update some of the rental properties.
Great.
Great, thank you.
Any additional discussion? Otherwise, we'll call for the roll call vote. Heather?
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz.
Yes.
President Brum.
Yes. This is carried. Next item of business, 7.1, transfer funds from Garden Terrace to Economic Development Authority.
Commissioners, this request basically just came to clean up some cash balances. The EDA is actually made up of several funds, and most of those expendable funds are in the Garden Terrace Fund. But we cut all the checks for the programs that we do out of the city, so out of the EDA fund. So we've depleted the cash in that fund, but we can, if we transfer from Garden Terrace, state statute just dictates that if I'm doing a transfer between funds, I need commission approval. So this transfer, this $395,000, would cover all of the approved programs and the loans that have gone out already.
So we're putting the money to good use, right?
Yep.
Hopefully.
I'm going to make a motion to offer the resolution and waive the reading to transfer 395 from Garden Terrace to the EDA fund.
I'll second the motion.
We have a first and second. Is there any additional discussion on the matter? Hearing none, we'll call for the roll call vote.
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz.
Yes.
President Brum.
Yes, motion is carried. Item 8.1, we'll accept the Development Activity Report for April 2021 activities.
Commission President, Commissioners, so kind of just some things to note. We did close the loan with M&K Forestry, and they were able to pick up their equipment. For the Get It Ready rehab loan, as Heather had mentioned, we did 2 loans, and we roughly have about half of that money left, with one potentially pending. And I would say that's probably in the $40,000 range. So we'd have roughly about $25,000 left in that program. Working with 2 potential businesses. One would be for an EDA loan, potentially $65,000. I'm waiting for a couple items before I can send that out to the commissioners for your initial review, and we would probably end up doing a special meeting to approve that one because they are looking to close fairly soon. And then I will be closing on a small business loan later this week to a restaurant in town to help them with some working capital and to fix a refrigerator, their walk-in refrigerator. And then kind of to piggyback on the multifamily rehab, we are currently drafting a downtown tax abatement program. So if someone was to fix their property downtown, there would potentially be tax abatement available to them. I'm currently drafting the program, kind of in the testing phase right now, doing some calculations to make sure it pencils out, and hopefully by the one of the meetings in June, we'll take it to City Council for their approval of the program. So that'll help in conjunction getting a loan and then getting property tax abatement on top of that. So that'll be one really good way to help revitalize downtown and have people start investing into their properties moving forward. And then if restaurants haven't, this is more kind of just an FYI, if restaurants haven't already, they should go to the SBA's website and apply for the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. That's going to help them out. It doesn't cost anything. They just need some paperwork. If they do need help with the application, they can give us a call, and I can sit down with them and help them put that application together. And then just kind of an FYI for the EDA, if this potentially will be the last meeting that we'll conduct by teleconference, as the 28th, the indoor restrictions are over. So I think we'll have to go back to meeting in person on a regular basis. Any questions?
I just had one question. The Get It Ready rehab program seems like it's been going pretty well. Once those funds are depleted, when would be the next time that those would get funded?
We would ask either in December or January when we ask for replenishing of the funds.
Okay. I have been speaking with people that were interested in it, and
Yeah.
I said, well, if you're interested, I think it's getting...
Well, and if we were to see just a real high spike in demand, I mean, that's something we could bring back and authorize additional funding for this calendar year too. But normally we do it annually.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a good problem to have. I mean, we want to get the funds out there to, we want to keep our housing stock in good shape. That's what this is all about, because we all know right now to build new housing units is just prohibitive for so many people. So what we want to do is protect the housing that we've got there. And this is just that sort of a program to help facilitate that.
Yes.
I had a question too, Chris, about the tax abatement for the downtown. What sort of, from a statutory standpoint, what kind of repairs and rehabilitation would be eligible under that type of program? Do we have a lot of flexibility when it comes to tax abatement?
Yeah, so with tax abatement, basically it comes down to repairs that increase the value of the home, and that's kind of where the calculations are. I'm working with the calculations to see where it pencils out, what is the minimum increase in value that makes the program pencil out for a property owner. At that point, right now I'm looking between 15 to 20% increase in property value. So they do have to be significant repairs. It could be a bunch of smaller repairs, but overall it has to really increase the value of the property.
Okay. Well, good. It seems like we're staying busy,
Oh,
which is a good thing. I think I think the local economy is improving as well as, regionally and statewide and nationally with hopefully the pandemic being more in our rearview mirror right now. So,
I'll make a motion to accept the Economic Development Activity Report for April 2021 activities.
Second.
we have a first and second. Is there any additional discussion or comments? Hearing none. Heather, can we call the roll for vote?
Commissioner Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Fix,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schultz,
Yes.
President Brum.
Yes. Motion carried. That was our last item, so this meeting is adjourned.
Look at that. Clay, you could almost slept in today.